Luka Doncic. I just witnessed with my own two eyes was one of the greatest performances ever seen. But before we talk about that, I want to give praise to the Knicks because Quentin Grimes 33, Julius Randle 29, even though it wasn't as efficient as you may want. He did make 5 threes though. And Mitchell Robinson with a 20 and 16 game, you would think they won. But without Jalen Brunson, it was a little tough. 60 points, 21 rebounds, 10 assists on 21 for 31 shooting from the field. Are you serious? This just goes to show how much Luka can put a backpack on and carry his team. Like Spencer Dinwiddie had a good game. Christian Wood had a good game. Tim Hardaway, another bad shooting night. Like Tim Hardaway is like me at the gym. Like if I went to the gym, I have a good game. Next game, terrible. Last game he did great. This game he shoot 4 for 15. But Luka Doncic, they were down by 9 points. I think with like a little under 40 seconds to go, and Luka just puts his backpack on, carries the team. At the end of regulation and overtime, he just did it all tonight. 47 minutes, scoring 60 points. And then on top of that, he was hustling out there, getting rebounds. He had 2 steals. 20 rebounds is just insane. To have 60 points and 10 assists, to only have 4 turnovers is just insane. The Mavericks took real good care of the ball. They had 9 turnovers, under 10 turnovers as a team. I also want to talk about how Luka has this narrative. He seems to have this narrative around his name that he's a ball hog. I don't understand how one can be a ball hog when your team asked you to do so much of them. Like, some people will say he is the system. That's the problem. Like, he got to get his teammates involved. But my rebuttal to that would be, what can you really get out of this team? Like, you have Spencer Dinwiddie, but he's so streaky that he's not, like, you can't confidently give him the ball and say, here, Luka needs to rest, take over. You don't have that. Brunson was that for the Mavs, but he's gone now, so Luka really has to add that load that Brunson took off of him. He has to put it back onto himself, take over these games like you saw tonight. And then, like, people will say he takes so many shots, things like that. But I say, I'd rather Luka do his dribble, step back, or dribble, drive. Tim Hardaway shooting 20 shots a night, or Reggie Bullock shooting 20 shots a night. Tonight he shot 1 for 7 in 26 minutes. They had to take him off the court because he was so bad. I'd rather Luka do his thing than anyone else, because like there's no talent on the roster. They put Luka around role players, which is good, but their role players are quite literally a role player. They have one thing to do on the team and they don't do anything else. Dorian Finney-Smith, he plays defense, spots up. Tim Hardaway, he's supposed to be a shot creator, but he doesn't make his shots. Christian Wood, he gets to the basket, scores, shoots threes. Spencer Dinwiddie, he's supposed to be your second shot creator, but he's so streaky, you know what I'm saying? Dwight Powell, he pick and roll, hustle player. Davis Bertans, shooter. Reggie Bullock, 3-and-D. Like, these players aren't like very versatile. They just put Luka around players that fit a certain role and they don't do anything else. So what I would do as the GM of the Mavericks is I would try my best to get as much talent on the roster as you can and just try to make a new system around that, instead of just Luka being dribble, drive, or dribble, step back. Like, that's cool for right now, but in the long run, it's not going to win anything. But knowing Luka, if anyone could do it, he could do it. Last season, he took them to the conference finals, and they had no business being there. But I could see them going on another type of run, but like, if Luka is doing 60 points, 30 points, 40 points every other night, he's going to be gassed by the playoffs. So, he probably gonna need some load management, or unless they make a big trade. I saw the Zach LaVine trade. That seemed like a good idea to me, but I don't know if the Mavericks pull it off. They're kind of scared from the KP trade, it seems like. But I feel like LaVine will be a good fit. I don't know how the defense would be in the backcourt with Luka and Zach LaVine, but I feel like you got to make it work. They have Dorian Finney-Smith, but if you're thinking about running a lineup of Luka, Zach LaVine, Tim Hardaway, or Reggie Bullock, Dorian Finney-Smith, and then Christian Wood, I don't know. That's a very, very, very suspect lineup for defense other than Dorian Finney-Smith. That's your best shot right now, going for LaVine or DeRozan. Like, you got to get somebody on the team to take the load away from Luka, because yeah, this 60-point game is a historic game. Like, it's fun to watch, but after a while, that's going to take a toll on Luka. He's going to start slowing down, and you don't want that from a generational talent. So you got to get Luka help while you can. And also, there's another narrative around Luka that he doesn't pass. Like, first of all, he's averaging like 8 assists, 9 assists per game. Like, if you watch a Mavs game, you know that Luka passes the ball. Even if you look at the box score, you're seeing Christian Wood 15 shots tonight, Tim Hardaway 15 shots, Spencer Dinwiddie 15 shots, Reggie Bullock 7 shots. He passes his teammates the ball, they just miss. And then after a while, like, he'll try to get his teammates going, try to keep them going, get them going. But when they go down, he takes the ball. He's like, I cannot trust you anymore. We have to get into the game. I'm going to do my thing, do my thing, do my thing. And then when he's doing his thing, they'll start to get double teamed. They'll find an open man. They'll miss. They'll just miss. And then when they make it, and when his teammates are actually doing good, you see his shot attempts go down. When his teammates make shots, he doesn't have to take as many shots. It happens every single time. You look at any game, any box score, I guarantee you, if Tim Hardaway Jr., Christian Wood, Spencer Dinwiddie are hitting shots at an efficient clip, Luka's shot attempts are low or relatively low compared to every other night. When he has help, they win games. When he doesn't have help, they either lose or he puts on a historic performance. It seems like Luka's stuck in no man's land. Like, this is the spot no player wants to be in. He has no help, and he's at his peak offensively. I don't know how you can even get better than this offensively, but he'll probably get nothing out of it because his team is not built to win a championship. He is a good piece. He is a great piece, all-time piece. He should have a championship within the next 5 years, but if the Mavericks front office does nothing, then he'll have nothing to show for it except probably MVP or two, all NBA first teams, all-stars, scoring titles. He'll have all these accolades except for a championship. And you know, that's how LeBron was at first. And you saw he went to a team where he had help, got a ring. And I don't know if y'all know this, but I'm a Mavs fan. So I don't want to see Luka leave. But if he does leave, you know, like, you can't really be mad at him if he leaves and the front office doesn't attempt to get him any help. Like, the one big move they did try to do with KP, like, I didn't like KP once he started, you know, playing like he did. Respect that the front office actually tried to go and get Luka help. So you really got to see him just try again. Like, even if you got to throw first round picks out there, like, you have Luka Doncic on your team. This is a all-time great we're talking about. Like, you got to throw them first round picks out there to get somebody. There's a lot of people that can fit next to Luka. Like, people say Luka doesn't have that many people that can play beside him. Christian Wood's a great player, but like, he just doesn't play enough defense. You need a big that can play the pick and roll, pick and pop, and play defense. But if it's not a big, you need a 3-and-D wing that can also shot create. Perfect example, Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton would be so good for this Mavs team. If the Mavs had Chris Middleton on their team, it would probably be top 4 seed, I say. because right now they're sitting at the 7th. The Mavs after tonight are 19-16, which is only 2 games away from first place in the West, which just goes to show how great the West is this season. I see Luka's going to make the playoffs regardless because it's Luka. As long as he's healthy, the Mavs are going to make the playoffs. Like, he needs help and he needs it fast, because if you have a player that can drop 60 points on any given night, you better be scrambling, calling GMs up. Like, who do you have available? Mavs front office makes a move because we need it desperately. Luka needs it. It'll be great to see the Mavs win the finals again.